I understand now why the Loperids were surprised to find that this environment can sustain life. There, but for Thancred's sacrifice. My aim was true, I had her. How are we to defeat an enemy we can't attack? He can't really be gone, can he? Meteon herself said his soul persists, that he is the reason we are still breathing. If so, then maybe. I mean, I'm right there with you, Alice. It's hard to believe Thancred was able to overcome Meteon's will, yet here we are. Would that the price for his victory had not been so high. And there's gotta be a way to get him back. I mean, there's gotta be. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when reading in the first. Exactly. That's exactly my point. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Me too, because, again, major player character. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteon. Estinian, Sagenhoft, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well, we can reconvene here when everyone has finished. Meteon said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please be careful. Jesus. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. And we're just brushing past it. Like, no anger, no outrage. Like, damn. It's like our rights being stripped away day after day. We just kind of deal with it one day at a time. Like, come on. This is Thancred. Like, what? Alright. A visitor, not of the star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish thy feeble flame? Oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Enter the sound of silence by Disturbed. Jeez. Pomnoshk. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength and body. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. A crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. Yeah, that's gonna be us if things keep up the way they have been. Damn. Like, we can't progress as a society if we continue to give money, resources, and power to those who undermine our collective efforts to progress, to prosper, to live, and to survive. I mean, in many ways, what they're describing is the downfall of our own nation. Thou wouldst bid me speak, folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar, only watch and wait and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Omnol, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go if that be thy will, I shall remain. Okay, so it looks like we're heading north. Through this murky mist of despair on the Deca Octo, you know, the land of despair, number 18. And then what? Those are manifestations of despair? Of struggle, suffering, and strife? Well, at least they, okay, well, I was gonna say, at least they don't insta-aggro, but, I don't insta-aggro. Alright, so this is a nest with an egg. It seems a bunch of eggs. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I've seen similar on Atheris. Midgar Somer's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Vitra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Jesus. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Christ. That's dark. A murky liquid has cooled inside this eggshell. The noxious feature is indicative of contamination. So poisoned their children, it seems. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonette was successful in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragonette was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here, or its sire, for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops, and I'll search the plains. Imagine trying to survive in this darkness, in this mire of despair. I mean, dear God. I mean, what if it's that right there? That's friggin' awful. But I mean, talk about tragedy, right? Genocide of an entire species, destroying its young, like in its shell, no less. That's so much. Malformed dragonette. So I just had to kill that child, apparently. Great. Wow. The boisterous howling hath been quieted, by thy hand, I presume. Everything all right? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within Amnol are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure. A testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil, replete with aether, did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch or emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful science, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there's another star. I see this is going to be a very depressing quest series.